1, 2, 4. Oh.
Hello and welcome to Paper Tuesdays. The agenda for today's meeting will be, we will have maybe 4 minutes of light chit chat, maybe some laughter perhaps, then we will go into maybe a couple of games.
Yeah.
We'll have some news articles, we'll go through the minutes of the last meeting, and then we will conclude for tea and confectionery.
Yeah. Do you know what? I was at a training meeting lately and the person said, well, we have a break. And there was no response on it because no one in Ireland speaks after meetings. And then like his co-host was like, no, let's not have a break. And then, no, I just want to do this one thing. And if you're having a meeting, you just have to break for the tea. You can't have this back and forth and drawn up agendas over, charters over whether or not you need the tea break or not.
So was there a tea break factored in?
There was, but he wanted to squeeze more out of us. He wanted to squeeze the life out of us and he didn't want us to go for tea. But like, no.
No, you need the tea break. If it was in the plan, what's it called? The plan? Is that what it's called? Do you know when you have a plan for the AGM or whatever, this is what's going to be?
Oh, the agenda.
The agenda, yes, that's what it's called, the agenda.
Yeah. And so in our agenda, you mentioned you were very humble and modest there, Mark. You were putting, we might have games or whatever. But I know that Mark has been working hard on his games all week long. So I would like to bring that to the top of the agenda. Yes. And so we'll have the games with Mark.
Mark Halpin to the front of the classroom, please, to read my homework. Okay, so game number 1 is for you, Michael Dwyer.
Okay.
How well do you know Michael Dwyer?
Oh, phooey.
I don't have a theme tune for this game. Number 1, what is Michael Dwyer's maiden name?
My maiden name, Alexander.
Bonaparte.
Bonaparte, all right.
So that's -1.
Oh, negative mark.
Negative marks.
Oh my goodness.
There's no positive marks in this game, so if you get it right, nothing happens.
Oh.
If you get it wrong, you lose a point.
Okay, right.
I just came up with that now. Question number 2. Has Michael Dwyer ever seen a Gruffalo?
No.
Yes. He came in looking for a passport.
Oh. How could I forget?
Question number... So -2. Question number 3. Why has Michael Dwyer been kicked out of the Fla?
Oh, for spinning in summer base.
Ding, 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 ding.
Still on -2.
Still on -2. Can you tell us about that, Michael? I don't know if we've gone through that story on the podcast.
I don't know. This is the thing when you're doing over 100 episodes. You can't remember what you spoke about. It's like kind of... So you trust people to stay with us. But yeah, like in Leinster Fla, I think it was up in Westmeath, I had this thing where they do like you have 5 tunes in your trad jig and you want to give it your all for your session. It's around 12 minutes long. And I remember there was this part and they go, do, 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 do. And during that hop thing, I'd spin me bass. And then we'd land and we go, do, 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 do.
And what was the problem?
So the problem was that would be unorthodox in traditional Irish music circles to have a double bass being spun. So after the county final, like we had got through and whatever, and I'd forgotten, but I was told, reminded nicely, Michael, we might not do that again. But then I got to the moment of the Leinster Fab moment, and I forgot my reminder, and I went out and I did this feely thing anyway.
And you got DQ'd?
Well, I suppose it was probably one of the last things, part of my fast. It was one of my last
Did
fasts,
you win?
We didn't win the Leinster anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe it was having an effect on our performance, and so I apologise to my fellow performers.
Apologies accepted. Question number 4. What does Michael Dwyer have in common with Philadelphia Phillies pitcher Pat Combs?
We both have similar hairstyles.
No, you both have the middle name Dennis.
Oh.
So -3. Who is Michael's biggest crush?
Biggest crush? Let me think hard about this.
If you get this, I will give you all your points back.
All my points. I think it's a television personality from growing up. I'm going to say Linda Martin.
Ooh, very close. Michael Lister.
Michael Lister. Is that -4 now?
So -4. Question number 6. Out of the 5 senses, which is Michael's strongest?
I think the sixth one.
Wrong. Well-being. Michael has a strong sense of well-being. -5. Question number 7.
Right.
What was Michael's favourite TV show as a child?
The news, probably.
Wrong. Off the Rails on RT. Question number 8. What is Michael's favourite GAA sporting moment?
Oh, when Rory Jacob blocked your man, the Kilkenny player, and then Wexford got a goal in 2004, Leinster final.
No.
No.
When the Jack Russell ran out onto the pitch in Croke Park. -8. How does Michael like his tea?
Oh, very strong. Very strong black, as the ace of spades. There's more.
Not more. Less.
This. Leave the tea bag in.
What is there not?
There's no sugar.
Yes, ding, ding, ding. -8 in coming into the final question.
Okay, very
Can
good.
he pull it around? Question number 10. What is Michael Dwyer's favourite mode of transport?
Driving.
The Batmobile. So, yes. So that was -7, Michael. Very good.
Not bad. Oh, you gave me one.
Yeah. Shall we intersperse?
Yes, intersperse, sure. Now, Mark Halpin,
Yes.
I came across an article during the week
Okay.
that loneliness in Ireland, that we are the most lonely of European countries. Yes. So there was a survey of 25,000 people, and over 20% of the Irish respondents said that they felt lonely most or all of the time.
20%. That's not good.
Oh.
I noticed it in America, and maybe it was just the people that were there, but they seem to have more in-person friendships, and they seem to do more stuff. Like, people met up with each other on the weekend. It's like, you know, it's the weekend now, I'm going to meet up with my friends, or it's the evenings, I'll meet up with my friends, or they go to group classes, or they do things, and they socialise well. But then again, like, I was in probably a more affluent part of Chicago. But yeah, I definitely see it in Ireland. It's like, we're very closed off people in general.
We don't want to inconvenience the other, I think.
Yes, yeah. And it's that fear of being an inconvenience that stops people, I suppose, from interacting socially or putting themselves forward or putting themselves out there.
It's a factor. And demographics are density, population density. I thought that would be an issue now. Like,
The lack of. Or
yeah, like as in, but I think it's a factor in everything. So like, you could be in a town and you might not know anyone in the town,
Yeah.
because everything's just bustling or whatever. But
Yeah.
if you're in the village, there's less opportunities for social outlets, bar the pub on the weekend, or seeing someone on a walk. Like it's a bit of a misnomer, because we're living in what is one of the most connected ages, to be
Yeah.
able to be instantly messaged across the world, across the country, across community, and yet our screens aren't doing enough for us.
They're not fulfilling the need. But you're very good for it. Like, you, in my opinion, are very good for going and socialising in person with people. You know, you have different groups or meetings or different things you're a part of that, you know, you have a reason to go out and socialise with people.
Yeah, and I think this is later on. I think this does have a bit to do with introversion and extroversion. Like, I choose those outlets myself, Mark. To like, they're all very. I find that I enjoy more when there's a purpose for meeting. So like that we're meeting for whatever a meeting as such. Like,
Yeah.
and I like that. I get enthusiastic about that, but that's just because I can be very introverted and I like a bit of time on my own to compose my thoughts. And I even notice now that it's becoming more intense that Ashton said something there today, and I rang her back 45 minutes later just to understand further what she had said.
Right.
That I chew on the words a lot more as an introversion. So I was wondering, Mark, do you believe in introversion or extroversion?
Yeah, I do. I believe I'm an introverted person, but the only time I spend alone now is in my car, driving to work. So I've had to overcome that to an extent. Like, my whole job, I suppose, is extroverted. I'm dealing with people in like say a coaching relationship, so there is a lot of back and forth communication. Also like a family, a fiance. There's a lot like there's very little time I get to spend on my own. So when I do, I really enjoy it, and I think it's necessary. I don't think, and there's also like there seems to be a lot of a bias towards extroversion, and it's like introvert people should try be more extroverted, or say when you were younger people might have said, you know, you're very quiet, or Michael's a quiet chap, or Mark's a quiet chap, and I used to take that as like a judgment, or you know, as something there, like something wrong with me for being quiet. But I don't think that is necessarily the case. There's no evidence to suggest that extrovert people are happier.
Just different ways of being, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
Yeah. But I think this might be, like, outlets is the most, a big factor, I think, in loneliness. Society, though, like, do you think the West is probably more like a doing way of things, you know, everything, but it's a very practical way of being. Like, if you are living in Gorey and you are in a trade, you're probably best off hopping in the car now and leaving for work at 6:30 in the morning and working on, probably 5 o'clock actually, I'm working on a building site in Dublin.
Yeah.
Like, so I think it begs the question of if we have learnt from COVID. I don't know but were we to learn anything from COVID? Does that ever cross your mind, Mark?
I loved COVID.
Yeah.
I loved it. I went to bed at 8 o'clock every night. I woke up at 4:30 every morning. I had the whole day to do what I wanted. I didn't have to go anywhere. I didn't have to be anywhere. Actually, I could work a bit because of I had a job part-time that was, I could work, and that was good. So I actually enjoyed it. But like even last night we were out at a party, and I enjoyed that. Like I went into it kind of, you know, I go out to this yoke now or whatever, and I honestly thoroughly enjoyed it, just being able to go out, and there's no reason for being there other than just being there.
Yeah.
You know, there's no task, there's nothing, there's just enjoy other people's company. So I enjoyed that a lot more than I thought, because I never do it really anymore. There's a sort of a reason, or, you know, something to be done always, whereas now it was just about relax and just enjoy the company of other people. And I took that away last night, which was good, and that's something that I think we definitely missed during COVID.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah.
I came out of it and I was like, we should do that more, or I should do that more. Just go and meet up people just for the sake of it.
Yeah.
Which we don't, you know, whether it's like a walk or even like without the intention of it being a fucking fitness walk or something.
Yeah.
I think it's important.
Walks are amazing. You just, it's such a simple exercise, and yet you've come back and your whole perspective is, Ryan Holiday preaches about it, from the Stoics, about how many great people got their best ideas while out on a walk.
Yeah.
So simple.
Yeah.
So simple.
It's like the subconscious part of your brain. There was some study I was shown on this. It's that like if you're passively doing an activity, so like driving, walking, something you can do on autopilot, it then frees up some part of your brain, and your subconscious has allows you to process like different things, like creative thoughts, different pathways of thinking, kind of subconsciously allows you, like walking is one of those things. I think it helps you. You definitely, if you have a problem and you go for a walk, you come back, you more often than not have some form of solution to that problem.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting, because you don't actually have to sit down and work it out or whatever. You just literally go and you will figure it out somewhere in your head.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So we don't really have any answers. Is there a thing, like Mark, you and I are very, I think we're more inclined than other people to talk to strangers.
Yeah.
We like to hunt out the curiosities in other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And do you think that might be a factor in overcoming loneliness a little bit, or talking to strangers, accepting that like we don't have to, it's not the norm? I think if it became a norm on buses that you didn't have your headphones in, then like if it became a norm not to have your headphones in or something like that, we would be a little bit more open.
Yeah, if you were forced into it, because now you can go through your whole day without having to talk to anybody, and come out the far end of the day just fine. Like,
yeah.
Whereas before you would have had to talk to people just to pass the time or whatever. Do you know, like training would be quite fucking boring if no one had any phones. If you'd leave your phone or turn your phone off where you got on the train, like people that have panic attacks.
Yeah.
Having to sit there with either their own thoughts or having to talk to strangers. But like I don't know, it's something I did have to overcome as well, like is just being able to talk to strangers and just like learn how to have conversations with people, learn, you know, how to take the focus off yourself when you're talking to someone and make them the focus. That will actually take away your own anxiety about it as well. And it'll make the other person feel good. It'll open them up to you. Then you can have a conversation. You can get to know people. And that's a skill that is built over time as well. And just being able to go up and talk to someone and just approach them in a friendly manner. And like, you'd be amazed what you can learn about people and how different people are.
Yeah. When you were in Australia, were you personal training at that stage?
No.
Did it ever appeal to you, the idea of approaching people in the gym? You know, the way trainers in Australia do that.
You come over and like do a session.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm thankful I didn't have to do that really as a personal trainer, because most personal trainers do have to work a gym floor somewhere and go over and, you know, like ask someone to do on personal training or whatever. And I never had to do that, which I'm very lucky for. I started doing it during COVID. But I do know someone who is a door-to-door salesman at the minute, and it's not a nice job.
Really?
It's not a nice job going door-to-door selling gas and electric to people who have gas and electric.
Yeah.
In the evenings, like he starts at 12:30 in the day, finishes at 8:30 in the evening. So he's going door-to-door at 8:30 on a Friday evening in Arklow, knocking on people's doors, trying to sell them something they already have.
Yeah.
You get told to fuck off a lot, like. So that builds character as well.
It does, yeah. Sure, I think we saw it when we went to James Smith's.
Oh yeah, that's what he done. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Oh, did he? All right. Oh, I didn't. I never dawned on me actually. Yeah, but he said, "What 1 in 100 you'll get."
Yeah.
What it takes. He's just part of the 99 or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. So he just went. He was like, "Okay, if I knock on this many doors, I'll make this many sales," and went and did it.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Mark, have you another game?
Game number 2. Not really a game. Questions I have for Michael that I didn't want to Google.
Oh, right, okay.
Question number 1. What is a fledgling?
Someone starting out.
Right.
I think it comes from a bird.
A bird?
Yeah, like a fledgling leaving the nest. Yeah, I think that will be it.
Thank you.
Are we then Googling this?
No, we're not allowed to Google. I don't want to Google them.
Why did this come up? Did you hear the word fledgling and you're like, what does that mean?
I don't think I even heard it recently. It was there and I said, sure, I might as well find out. Is there actually a hill of Anna? Because I've never seen it.
Brilliant. Yes, there is.
There is.
Yes.
Because Sam Malley could have been lying to me this whole time. And we'll take a drink to Sam.
Yeah, indeed, yeah.
Who complained about her drinking on the podcast. What exactly makes something a catastrophe and not just a bad thing?
Oh, that's interesting. What makes a catastrophe? I think something that completely destroys events. Something that a bad thing is something that can pass but wouldn't be overwhelmed by the general landscape or the general nature of things.
Okay, so catastrophe will be beyond repair, maybe?
Yes, I think so.
Bad thing.
And then there's another example. What was it? You know, people use that word to describe World War II, and you only ever hear it once. Oh dear, it's not going to come to me. But yeah, it's one of those words that like it's meant to inflame. I don't know if no, I haven't discussed it. I find it always interesting when, and I definitely did this myself when I was a commentator, but whenever commentators use the words, it's chaos, it's mayhem, and I'm like, no, it couldn't be. It actually couldn't be. They're on a pitch, they're playing a sport, you know, like, it's just, they're having a good time.
Yeah, there's people lined up at the coffee dock 20 metres away. It's not chaos. Why are we making wildflower gardens for bees and not houses for the homeless?
Oh, that's a laugh of someone who doesn't have the answer. I don't know, Mark. I don't know. I think this is going to come up a little bit more and more because people say climate change, but the climate could always this is part of a cycle or whatever, but like, how do we respond to climate change in a way that is whole and responds to human need as well as the greater planet? This is a big question. It is happening in our own locality as well, in Esmond Street, in Gorey, where there's a plan for a
wildflower garden for the homeless.
No, Mark, no. I'm going away from the question actually by going to Esmond Street. Right, wildflower garden.
You want to go
rather
by
than the homeless.
Little?
I want to what? Sorry,
For the
Chuggy's
answer,
River.
Yeah, if you want the answer, you have to go up by Little.
Up by Little.
Air Street.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, Mark. I think housing in Ireland is a very difficult issue.
Difficult issue. Next question. What does the word Loretto mean?
Oh, that's a good question. And do you know what? I don't think I know.
We'll save that because we're not allowed to Google it, so we'll never know.
Yeah.
What is the most dangerous animal that has ever existed in Ireland?
In Ireland? Ooh. Well, we had wolves, but I don't think they're the most dangerous.
Record League, James Flood.
Of course.
We did have wolves, didn't we?
Ooh.
Wolves, did we have bears?
I'd say we had bears, yeah. I think so.
Really?
If I could Google it, I would Google it, but I
You have a feeling.
I have a feeling.
You have a feeling we had bears. That's good enough for me. Do you think the British were ever in fear of us or just gave us the country back so we'd stop annoying them?
That's really interesting. Do you think the British were ever in fear of us?
Or do you think they gave us the country back so we'd stop annoying them?
Stop it. Yeah, I think... it hurts every bone in my body. But I think definitely the latter.
I think so too. Yeah. I think it is. I think we were more trouble than we were worth. Oh, someone is going to message me. I've already had messages from, remember when we first started?
Oh, yes, yeah. From a certain community.
From a certain community. But I don't know why I am the target of their hatred. I'm on your side. What is the oldest religion we know of?
Oh, that's very interesting. Did you watch that Graham Hancock Netflix thing? I think the oldest one in the world was on that, and it's kind of Sikh, or it's one of those ones. It's. I don't think it's. No, I can say for definite it's not Judaism and it's not Catholicism, so it's something older than that anyway.
It would be a multitude of gods.
What's it called? Paganism would have been earlier, all right. Oh, maybe that was the case. Or they had multiple gods.
Pagan was, wasn't it? We had like the god of buckets.
Of rain, of sleet. Yeah.
We'll go with paganism, sure, and you can correct us, listeners. Do you know any of the Breton laws?
No.
No?
No, I couldn't. I could guess them, but make them up, but no. Do I know them? No. Gosh, this is disappointing.
Who owns the Aran... This is a 3-part question.
Okay.
So, part I. Who owns the Aran Islands?
The state.
Which state?
The Irish state.
We own it.
Yeah.
We own the Aran Islands.
Yeah.
Tick. What language do they speak?
Irish.
Irish?
Yeah, but they can speak English too.
This question was supposed to be about the Isle of Man. So let's start again. Who owns the Isle of Man?
The United Kingdom.
Bastards. What language do they speak?
English, I think.
English. What goes on there?
What goes on? I think normal things.
They do the Isle of Man TT. The motorbike race.
Oh.
And apparently some maths were done here, but the speed they go at on the track they go on is faster than the conscious mind can think.
Oh, wow.
So it's all done instinctively, basically. Like they couldn't possibly be consciously calculating what they're doing as they're doing it.
That's incredible.
Yeah. What is a cacophony?
It's a whole catalogue of noises.
Noises?
Yeah, noises. It's very loud, very loud. Yeah.
Would it be musical?
Could be musical. Could be a gaggle of geese. Could be a lot of school children. Could be a cacophony noise when a full back is put on its backside in a junior B football match.
As has been the case. Okay, Michael, intersperse.
That's great. Lovely. Well done, Mark. I like the variety of your games. Smog, Mark. We were talking about. Were we talking about it before we came on? I think. And so, Shane was saying how it's linked to the Canada wildfires, but it is a bit of. It looks very eerie when you see the pictures of New York at the moment. Did you see them? Or?
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all orange kind of fog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I found interesting is that there's a photo in the Washington Post of smog in 1966 in New York,
Right.
and you could see, I might have it here. You could see just how, on the left, So on the left it's 1966, and on the right it's the orange stuff. So smog in New York isn't unusual.
Yeah.
What that was caused by was all the coal, and they had plants nearby that were using coal. So then, because of the smog, they ordered that all incinerators were to close and all utility companies were to use natural gas.
Right.
So I don't know if they stuck by that or whatever, but I did find it interesting that they actually made those drastic changes. Back then, someone was told to wash pollution off your face and hands, so that was what you had to do, like that the smog was actually sticking to you.
Jesus.
So like, it's amazing how that our surroundings are speaking to us in those events, in that like it was so bad that it was deemed appropriate to actually go and stop using coal in the plants and that sort of thing. Yeah.
But the fires at the minute are being caused by natural wildfires or something, are they?
Shane, have you any idea? I don't.
Yeah, no, I just heard that it was wildfires probably close to the Canadian border, like by America. So like, but it's all the focus is on New York, but it's wildfires in fucking Canada.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, let's just make it all about America, but don't look at what it's happening to the forests or whatever in Canada. Like, all the focus is on New York because New York is dark now.
Yeah. And Mark, you were listening to Seth Godin on the Tim Ferriss, and you were saying how he doesn't travel anywhere. Did he have big views? What was his eureka moment when it came to climate change?
I think he read a certain book. I can't remember the name of the book he said, but he said his eyes were kind of open then, and ever since that has become kind of his sole purpose is climate change and tackling it. And he doesn't travel anywhere for work now. He doesn't fly anywhere. Seth Godin is an author. He wrote. You read some of his books, didn't you?
Yeah, he's big on marketing.
Yeah,
big on marketing. Very influential. Yeah, I think our biggest issue with climate is like how our actions here could actually have an impact, but yet India and China are meant to have. I hear it said a lot, like, "Oh, sure, India and China are just going to do their own thing anyway, so why do we do it?" But like, is there a link then to, if we took more care of our environment, would we as a people be happier instead of like thinking that, oh, this is something we have to do to keep our overlords happy? You know, instead of that, maybe it's just about an expression of our being, that if we took more care of the soil and more wildflower gardens, that we just might be more in touch with nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was talking to Roisin's cousins from Glasgow last night. They're over for a few days and they're saying they couldn't believe how clean Ireland is compared to Scotland. Apparently litter is a massive issue in Glasgow and around surrounding areas. Like, you've all fast food places, like anywhere near a drive-through, like granted, the roads are just covered in litter, like Costa coffee cups, Burger King wrappers, KFC wrappers, like anywhere you go there's wrappers everywhere, like, and the councils and everything, there's not a big clean up effort or a big drive to stop all this. Like, it's just, the litter is a massive issue, and I couldn't believe when they were driving through towns and all in Ireland that like there's no litter, you wouldn't see it. Like, but like, it's just mad to see how like we just take it for granted that like we don't really litter and everyone does their own bit, like, or whatever, and it's just completely opposite in Scotland. Like, they're dealing with massive issues of litter around the place.
Yeah.
And then apparently one of them is big into kayaking, and he goes off into lakes and all and rivers in Scotland. And even when you go to there, people that be going camping for a weekend or whatever, they leave their tents there, leave the poles there, leave the rubbish there. Like, it's a massive issue with people over there littering. Like,
Fuck, that's mad. I hate that. I hate littering. I hate the sight of it. Like, that's like, even just thinking there, like, I seen a Costa cup on the ground the other day, and I was like, what fucking idiot did that? Like, just threw their shit out. Or you'd see a bag of chips on the side of the road on a Sunday morning, like someone fucked it out the window. That's mental.
Don't be doing that.
Don't be doing that. Down with that sort of thing. Shall we intersperse?
Oh yes, yeah.
Okay, so who wants to be a pillionaire? This is not about drugs, it's about Paper Tuesdays. Pillionaire. Okay. So for Michael.
Yes.
I'm Chris Tarrant, and welcome to Who Wants to Be a Pillionaire. My guest today is Michael Dwyer from Coronation Street. You may know him as Wendy. Okay, so for 250 pills, Michael, how many times does the average person laugh in a day? Is it A, 0? Is it B, 40? Is it C, 13? Is it D, 100?
Okay, I'm going to say 40.
Do you want to phone a friend?
Yeah, actually I will, yeah.
Okay.
How many? I only get one phone a friend, do I?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, who am I going to phone?
Who have we chosen, Michael? Who's your pre-selected?
It's pre-selected. Oh my goodness. I tell you what, she get a right kick out of it. I'm going to ring Stephanie Byrne.
Stephanie Byrne. I'm supposed to do this. I'm the host.
Oh, you're not. So yeah.
I have to make sure she has the independent adjudicator.
Hi, yeah, Stephanie here. I can't take your call.
Oh,
Please
do we have a backup?
No. Oh, do we have back? I might just
can I
use
call you
her.
later?
Can I call you?
You can
later?
use Shane.
Oh, she must. All right, Shane. How are you?
Okay, Shane. So we have A, 0, B, 40, C, 13, D, 100. I'll just go through those again. A, 0, C,
Yeah.
13, D.
I'm going to say C13.
Hey!
Oh, thanks, Shane. Oh, you big time.
250 pills in the bank.
Okay, brilliant.
Moving on then, for 500 pills. What is a Rocky Mountain oyster made from? Is it A, fudge and marshmallows? Is it B, cats? Is it C, bull testicles? Or is it D, oysters?
Oysters.
Would you like to use your 50-50?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, so we are eliminating fudge and marshmallows and oysters.
Okay.
It's either B, cats, or C, bull testicles.
Is it bull testicles?
500 pills secured.
Marvelous.
Michael, for 1,000 pills, how long is New Zealand's 90-mile beach? Is it A, 55 miles? Is it C, 66 miles? Is it C, 109 miles? Or is it D, 9 miles?
There's 2 C's on that list.
109 miles. Do I have another option?
You do.
Ask the audience.
Ask the audience.
Get Mam up here.
Would I phone another one?
Yeah, we can
I
use
think
your
this
phone a
would be
friend.
correct, yeah. I go to James Flood. Oh yes.
Hello, Michael.
Hello, James. Marc Halpin here with Paper Tuesdays. We're hosting Who Wants
Hello, Mark.
We're hosting Who Wants to Be a Millionaire here. Your friend Michael is our guest.
Right. What's
So,
the question?
for 100 pills, how long is New Zealand's 90-mile how long is New Zealand's 90-mile beach? Is it A, 55 miles, B, 66 miles, C, 109 miles, or D, 9 miles?
The 90-mile beach.
Yeah.
And give me the options again.
Is it A, 55 miles? Is it B, 66 miles? Is it C, 109 miles? Or is it D, 9 miles?
That's a fucking stupid question. That's absolutely... Like, where did you get that question from? That is the stupidest question I have ever heard. And the stupidest answers.
We're going to have to take your answer here, James. You have 30 seconds.
I don't know. There's no time started there now. You're wrong there. Whoa, horsebuck. Fucking hell.
Oh, he's gone. The time ran out. Sorry, James.
Okay, right here. He was great help
Was
there.
that? Did you say A, great help? The answer is A, 55 miles. Okay.
I get 1,000 pills.
You get 1,000 pills. Well, you have 1,000 pills
Okay.
secured, but if you get this next one wrong, it's all gone.
Okay.
For 2,500 pills, what do Americans refer to pizza as? Is it A, communion? Is it B, freedom bread? Is it C, pie? Or is it D, communist?
That's Oh, close there. C or D. We're going with C. Pie.
Correct. For 10,000 pills.
I didn't know there was a return call from a phone friend.
He's gone. He's gone.
No, his time ran out. Just answer and say your time ran out, and then hang up.
James, they're telling me the time rang out.
Jeez, we nearly got fucking mowed out of it there, but we're okay, we're alive. The answer is 55 miles, by the way.
Hey, correct.
Thanks, James. Thanks, James. Good luck. Good luck.
Oh, good luck.
Okay. Michael, for 10,000 pills, how many months have 28 days in them? Is it A,
All right.
1? Is it B, 2? Is it C, 6? Or is it D, all of them?
Oh, I'm going with D. All of them.
Correct.
Oh, very good question.
I have been missing a vital part of this game.
A theme tune.
No, I've been forgetting to ask you, is it your final answer?
Oh, yeah.
For 500,000 pills.
Oh, my goodness.
What famous actor secretly entered a lookalike contest based on himself and placed third?
Oh.
Is it A, Jack McAvoy? Is it B, Brendan Gleeson? Is it C, Mick Gleeson? Or is it D, Charlie Chaplin?
I think it's B, Brendan Gleeson.
Is that your final answer?
Actually, no. Is it going to... We change it to D. Charlie
Correct!
Chaplin.
Sudden change of heart from Michael Dwyer.
Amazing.
Okay, you are now 2 questions away from the million. For 750,000 pills, what is the collective noun for a group of pandas? Is it A, Ross Lair? Is it B, a gaggle? Is it C, an embarrassment? Or is it D, a fuckload?
I think it's C, an embarrassment.
Correct! We're going to take a short break here. And the break is over. Okay,
Right.
For 1 million pills, we have a true or false question. So
I'll be selling them outside Boyle Sports Monday morning.
Tell them what?
The pills.
Your pills? Oh, yeah, sorry. For what? Yeah, I don't need to ask you what do you plan to do with your pills. True or false? You can sneeze in your sleep.
True.
False! False! You can't
Oh,
sneeze in your
lose it
sleep. So
all.
close. So close. Unfortunately, you get nothing.
Oh, that's the way it goes.
Look, we'll get you a gift card or something, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Okay. Thanks. Sure, look. Thanks. I'll take it.
Yeah, look, you have your
Flowers,
flowers
yeah.
and look, you had fun.
You had...
And that's all that matters.
Yes, yeah. Mark, you brought great lightness to today's podcast. Thank you very much.
No, you're very
Yes.
welcome. My pleasure.
I have no real other topics, but I'm actually going to do something now. I'm going to just look to whatever this. Actually, it could be quite personal. So I'm just going to go to a random page and read out what it says on it.
Okay.
Group should develop its capacity. Happy to support. Transparency. Please confirm.
Who are you asking to confirm?
There's so much. I am grateful. There's a bit of grateful here.
Well, we'll end on a bit of gratitude.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, it's gratitude, yeah. So Mark, what are you grateful for today?
I am grateful that the sun is out.
Oh, lovely.
It's summer now. It's no longer cold.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for rivers in mountains. I'm grateful for butterflies. I'm grateful for grass. I'm grateful for bears and the fish that they eat. I'm grateful for beef, and I'm grateful for eggs, and I'm grateful for stones, and I'm grateful for cars, and I'm grateful for hair. Mm-hmm. Michael?
I'm grateful for carpet.
Ah.
I'm grateful for Nora.
Yes.
For Breed. Grateful for Breed Senior.
Yes.
Grateful for Ashton. Grateful for the clouds.
Mm.
Grateful for the sun.
Mm.
Grateful for Frenches.
Mm.
I'm grateful for Shane and Shane helping marketing.
Mm.
Grateful for helping furniture.
Mm.
Grateful for me for showing up today.
Yes. Yeah.
Grateful for Mark and all his funny games.
Mm.
And I'm grateful for Japan. Because I don't think Japan gets enough
that's
credit.
a great one to end on. Konnichiwa.